Hi, everybody. Happy Halloween. This is the Yannis Pappas Hour. My costume this year is a guy from California who dyes his hair blonde, even though it should be black and gray, by my beard. And you're going, oh, he's lazy because he's still got a beard, and he maybe doesn't care to convince people that he's blonde too much. So I'm not sure if I feel safe with him around my kids. That's my costume. That's who I am. I'm a guy from California who you're not sure if you feel safe around your kids, but I come off as just weed smoky and kind of laid back and very Southern Cal. I should say Southern Cal, because there is like a Northern Cal, but I'm more of a Southern Cal stereotype, and it's because this was the wig that was in the closet. So that's what I did, and then I pulled off this hat, which I don't know where we got this, small fringe minority. I don't know what that means. But at this point, it could be like a hate symbol, and who knows? Then there's an article about me in the Post. Who the hell knows? All I know is roast comedy is here to stay, and it could be the October surprise that changes things from Trump to Kamala. But then Biden, who also put on a MAGA hat, and then also just called Trump supporters garbage, even though they kind of booed and groaned. They didn't boo, but they groaned at Tony's jokes at Madison Square Garden. Biden called those people garbage, just like Hillary called them deplorables. So right-wing media is running with that. So that may negate what happened at the Garden. Who knows? But it is still good to know that everyone is talking about policy. So who knows? Me personally, I don't care who wins because I like to hacky sack and I like to just do my thing. So I don't know. But all we're hearing about is election problems everywhere, early voting. Trump's already suing. I think he won a lawsuit somewhere in Pennsylvania, early voting, mail-in ballots, blah, blah, blah. Someone set some ballots on fire in Vancouver, which I thought was in Canada, but there's another Vancouver that nobody cares about. And Portland or something, and it said like Free Gaza on it, and people are like, is this a false flag, or is this, Palestinian protesters against the war in Gaza? It's the same old, but someone set some ballot boxes on fire. So democracy is alive and well. This week is gonna be fucked. Let's all live through it, and hopefully we come out the other side, because America's got COVID for about 7 to 10 days. Starting from when you watch this, COVID symptoms have kicked in. And by COVID, I mean the United States elections. I am so sick of watching the World Series or anything on TV, and I'm just slammed with political slam ads. I'm done with that. This is the Yannis Pappas Hour. Let's yas our way to the beginning of this episode. And yes, the History Hyenas is back.
Yannis Pappas. Yeah. When you all tucked up in the day been long, and the news online going on and on, what's right and wrong, and there's something up. Now here comes a great kid you know you can trust. From the true who's who, to the news and cameras, to the fake politics and the propaganda. Yeah, this kid's screwed in, got a lot to say. Oh shit, it's about to be a long day.
Guys, we are brought to you by an app called Kalshi. It's the first legal exchange where you can trade or bet on any event. Like, do you think you know who's going to win the presidential election? That's happening very soon. How many more seats the Democrats or Republicans will win in the House or Senate? Well, now there's finally a legal way to bet on the outcome of these elections via a platform called Kalshi. Kalshi is the first legal exchange where you can bet on any event, including but not limited to elections. So they got all types of stuff up there you can bet on. So put your money where your mouth is. Sign up using my link, Kalshi.com/Yannis. And the first 500 traders who deposit $100 will get a free $20 credit. That's Kalshi.com/Yannis. Jay Dizzle, Jay Diz, Jesse Skett. How do we avoid? We're trying to avoid this election rah-rah. We're trying to avoid it. I'm in character this whole Halloween. This is what I'm going as. Actually, I think I'm going as like a Disney princess.
You're the princess.
I think we're just all going to be Disney princesses. I don't know. I'm some Disney character. Who knows? I'd rather go as Bluey, but Bluey's a girl. Damn it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going as. Spider-Man something. My wife's picked it out. It's already ordered. It's fun for the kids. We have a fun Halloween going on at the house. I hope everyone has a great Halloween. Halloween is for the kids. Can adults, please, can it just be a kids' holiday? Just like gifts on Christmas, you know? Wouldn't Christmas be a lot better if you just made out under the mistletoe with somebody instead of having to go to Bloomingdale's and get them a scarf? It really takes the fun out of Christmas. Capitalism really does. Capitalism put the fun in Christmas and then took it away. Okay, because just sitting around going, baby Jesus is born and singing pa-rum-pa-pum-pum is not going to do it. The Christmas tree's great. The stores are great. The cold is great, brisk. The movies are great. But like actually having to go get bottles of wine and gift certificates and shirts and sweaters and all this stuff. I do not want to spend any time in Bloomies. I don't want to be in Bloomies during the holiday rush. And I always do it on Christmas Eve day because I just put it off. It would just be good if the kids got Legos, the kids got Bluey, the kids got Etch-a-Sketches, and then that was it. Are adults still excited by presents, the exchange? Let's stop it. And just like Halloween, it should be for the kids. Okay? And it should be mandated that it's just fruit at this point. There shouldn't be a day where adults are allowed to eat candy because we have a bad diabetes problem. It's a really bad. And we have an obesity problem. So no more Kit Kat bars, okay? We grew up, they tried to scare us, you know. The freaking health food lobby tried to scare us by saying there's razor blades in our candy because some psychos were putting razor blades in candy. Some people are just psychos, and there's nothing you can do about psychos. What kind of pleasure you get in putting a razor blade in candy just knowing some kid's going to eat it? You're not even around to know it, just sitting there going, like Gargamel. I mean, what the hell is wrong with the human brain? So what would happen is, in Brooklyn, you would throw eggs at each other and shaving cream. I don't know how that started. But that became the fun until the cops found you. Were you with us when they caught us on the roof and Bajan had the eggs in his jacket?
No.
So they go, the cops back then were a little different. Mm-hmm. They're going, okay, guys, we got some reports of guys throwing eggs. It doesn't look like you guys. They had a little fun. They were a little sarcastic. They were a little mean. They were like, you guys, they chased us up onto a roof. I remember. We ran up on a roof after they chased us. And they go, all right, you guys don't look like the guys that are throwing eggs, but do you mind if my partner checks you guys for eggs? Because they knew. Just checks. And you guys will be free to go on your way. And then he just goes, whap, 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 and just breaks all the eggs.
He was pounding his jacket?
Just pounding all of our jackets. Not only were they breaking the eggs, but they were getting a few blows in, if you know what I mean. And then it was always, you gentlemen have a good night.
That's some good old-fashioned police.
That's how it was in the 80s and 90s. You gentlemen have a good night. I was with another friend who got caught putting his tag on the subway, and then they wrote on his forehead. And he said, look, Captain, I put up my tag name. And he wrote his head on his forehead. What is wrong with the human brain, dog? What is going on? The problem is you got adults acting like this now. They're blowing up ballot boxes. There's so much election talk, voting talk about tomfoolery happening. And these fires were set in Washington, Oregon. And then there's a lawsuit in Pennsylvania where Trump claims that they were preventing people from voting. I think 37 or 31% of the votes of registered voters are already in California. We can assume we know what's going on in California. We don't know what's going to happen in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, right? Everything else is pretty set. And also Georgia. What else is there? That's it. So we're waiting for that. By the way, the Hyenas will be going live on November 5th from the History Hyenas YouTube channel. We will be watching the election live like we did a couple years ago. So join us, watch the election with the Hyenas. Also, our Patreon is up again, patreon.com/historyhyenas. So you can donate to patreon.com/Yannis Pappas Hour or patreon.com/historyhyenas, or you can do both. You can do whatever you want. You're a free person. We're not making you do anything. But the judge granted the lawsuit. Trump won. The Trump campaign won, and he extended in-person voting options in Pennsylvania. So who knows what's going on? There's just accusations being swung left and right. And as we went over, here's what I want to give comfort to people is this is not new. You think it's new, but it's not new. It's not new. Go over to patreon.com/historyhyenas if you want to listen to the first History Hyenas episode. It's there. And we talk about how this is old news. This has been happening forever. Dirty politics, October surprises, all that stuff has been going on. What's this year's Tony surprise?
I gave out the surprise.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it was enough for people to care. I don't think Bad Bunny switching his vote or whatever is going to do it. The only way it might is the 500,000 Puerto Ricans in Pennsylvania. But who knows? Now, as it turns out, Tony was trying to make a joke about the garbage problem that they have in Puerto Rico. And he didn't set it up. This is one of the problems of when you take what you do outside of what you do, you know? So supposedly there's a big garbage problem in Puerto Rico. That was big news. So he was trying to make that joke. But it didn't come off that way, and it's already gone around the world. And that's the danger, I guess, of comedy, especially mean comedy in general. Roast comedy. It's it's got to be out of roast, you know? Especially him, he goes hard. Now, the watermelon one, I think he just meant that. He was carving the watermelon. I don't know. But they're roast jokes. It didn't seem to go that great in the room, but the whole speech, I don't think he bombed the whole thing. I think it was mixed reaction, and I think he'll be fine. But he did piss a lot of people off, although that was the intent, right? Was the garbage problem in Puerto Rico with no setup. He just assumed. The thing is, it's one of those things, and I kind of understand in some way because he assumed maybe people knew about it, like the premise that people knew about it.
The setup was really light, dude.
There was no setup there. There was no setup. He just said it, but that's what he was going for. Otherwise, it doesn't make much sense to just call Puerto Rico an island of garbage, right? But when you put it in this is the thing about things nowadays, is it's just the context and when it happened and just the sentence coming out. You can't go, I don't understand how people misinterpreted it. You can't say that either. But as a comedian, I have to say, I know what he was going for. He was going for something different, right? And I went and read about it, and I went, oh.
That's the kind of joke it is. You got to go read
You got to go read about it afterwards. If he had said that afterwards, that would have been a nice save. Mm-hmm. If he had said, oh, you guys don't know, Google it. I'm talking about the garbage problem down there. That would have fixed it. But he probably just put this set together. And who asked him to do this? But anyway, his name's out there. I mean, Kill Tony's as big as ever. And he'll go down in history now. I mean, he's in the history books now.
If Trump loses, for sure.
Even if Trump wins, he goes into the history books. So he may want to, I don't know, the name Kill Tony right now is not you might want to go be nice to Tony for a couple weeks.
He's giving out some ideas.
Maybe we change the show to Be Nice to Tony for a couple of weeks.
Sweet Tony.
Yeah, but hopefully everyone stays chill. They're just words. Stay chill, man. He's a comedian. It went wrong. It didn't come off the right way. It is what it is. But it's comedy, guys. Nobody was hurt. And that's all there is really to say about that. It's like, chill out. I think Biden's mistake was responding. They should cut that guy's mic off. Cut his mic off. Put it to 0. I'm still in character. I don't know. I don't even know if that's what he meant, but it came off that way as well. I think he was saying the people who support that are garbage, but it came out saying urge you to declare Biden's garbage line undercut that. That does undercut the unity message. And it was on a live stream, which means there's no prep, which is not good for that guy right now. Because not only is he old, but I think he's a little pissed. He's a little pissed that they pushed him out the door. And maybe that was like a Freudian slip, going like, it was kind of like a fuck that bitch kind of thing. It might have been that. Because if she wins, it's like a blow to his ego because people are like, you can't win. And then he's going to go, well, like, she couldn't either, So maybe it's a little bit of that. Maybe it's just a little bitterness. But he's still cool Joe, man. I mean, dude, you're going into retirement. That's nice. It's applesauce time. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy your episode and throw back a couple of cups of booze. Your son has put you through a lot. Who do you think he aged more? You think Obama aged more from being president or Biden aged more just from having Hunter as a son? That's a double whammy, right? You're the president, that ages you. And then you got Hunter, and that ages you just the same.
Crackhead son put some years on.
It'll put some years on your life, man. It really will. When he calls him up and he goes, Dad, guess who I'm dating? And he's like, what? My other son's ex-wife? And then he just hangs up the phone and just reaches for a drink. I think that's the real reason why he's slipping into dementia is just to be able to deal with it. He wants to forget. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's just going, what's the easy way out here?
Yeah.
What's the easy way out? What you've put me through? Who takes pictures of themselves smoking crack? Who does that? Who wants evidence of them smoking crack? Who takes a picture of them doing that? There he is right there. Who does that? Who does that? Okay. Also, I got to say, you need a new caulk job. That bathtub needs new caulking, dude. I mean, you're the president's son. You're an attorney. Isn't he an attorney?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, what are we doing here?
He's a businessman.
Yeah, well, he's
an artist. He's an attorney.
Yeah. And why take a picture of that?
He's on energy boards. He's everywhere.
He's got time for a lot of things. What can you do? Kid had a drug addiction. But the Biden administration is over. I love how Trump trolls and goes, Joe's a good guy now. I like Joe. Yeah, Joe's good. He's not focused on Joe anymore. And that's how it works. Unfortunately, there still are some ramifications from the Trump presidency that really surprised me. I did not know about this. I was a big fan of the show Mr. Show with Bob Odenkirk and David Cross. And I had no idea that Jimmy Pesto, who was a regular on that show, who currently, or up until recently, was on Bob's Burgers, was a January 6th rioter. You probably recognize that guy. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I know who he is. And I have no idea what the hell he was doing at January 6th. But he's doing a year in prison. And he got fired from Bob's Burgers. And not only was he at the riots, he was, there's video footage of him having an active part in pushing police. So, sorry, his name's not Jimmy Pesto. He voiced Jimmy Pesto in Bob's Burgers. His name is Jay Johnson. And he was also on Arrested Development. I mean, this guy's a known guy. And I would have never expected him to be a Trump supporter. But he pled guilty. It was on video to a felony count of interfering with law enforcement during civil disorder in July 7th. And his attorney said he's been blacklisted by Hollywood since the riot. Well, you would think that. I think he's currently a handyman. He started doing handyman work. He probably was there not thinking it was going to get out of control and maybe got caught up in the fervor, But this just shows that actors have a lot of downtime, don't they?
Yeah.
They have a lot of downtime.
Between gigs.
Yeah, between gigs, they got a lot of downtime. Comedians don't have any downtime. Well, we do, but I mean, not really. We keep going out. Actors are just between gigs. So this guy was probably it might have been just an exciting thing for him to show up. I don't know. I can't imagine he thought it was going to be that. I think a lot of people there kind of got amped up by Trump saying, go down there, right? That's the thing. That's my opinion. I think Trump saying, go down there and let your voice be heard was part of what rallied these people up. Even though there's no direct court, you can't legally say it. But obviously that's what happened, right? This is getting too hot. So, I mean, Bob's Burgers is currently casting for a new Jimmy Pesto. I mean, this is wild. He might have been the only celebrity there.
Who knows?
Pseudo celebrity or celebrity.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, the guy with the horns became a celebrity.
Yep.
But Jay Johnston, who would have thought? I would have not thought he voted that way.
Why? Because he's in Hollywood?
Well, because he was with David Cross.
Oh, and Odenkirk.
Odenkirk.
Yeah,
They're very left, especially
Right.
David Cross. I assume that this might have been one of those switches that happened. Maybe he was a lefty and then he was like, this wokeness is getting out of hand.
He got radicalized.
He got radicalized, had a couple of heated exchanges with David Cross. And I would love to hear how this would be like, yeah, Jay just was on the internet a lot, man. It's too much downtime in between gigs. And he was just on the internet. He's on their internet. And, he just went down that Trump rabbit hole. And once Russiagate turned out to not be true, we just lost Jay. Sometimes you lose people to politics. You can lose them to politics. You really can. You can lose people to politics and conspiracy theories. Those are the two things. And they usually go hand in hand. I think we lost Jay. I think we did. They said his actions were reprehensible. Wow. Johnson looked straight ahead with a furrowed brow when he was, his father, brother, and fiance attended the hearing. Also, maybe he has no kids, so he's got a lot of time. He flew from Los Angeles to D.C. the day before, marched to the Capitol after attending the Stop the Steal rally. Oh, he was all the way in. There he used a stolen police riot shield. Oh my God. To form a shield wall inside a tunnel against law enforcement and participated in a heave-ho push that pinned and crushed a police officer against the door frame. Despite his guilty plea, he failed to show remorse. Prosecutors pointed to an image of the actor dressed as the QAnon shaman, Jacob Chansley. That was the guy with the bullhorns.
Yep.
At a Halloween party in 2022. Maybe it was ironic, though. But since he attended, I don't think so. So he got 18 months. It's a gig he didn't audition for. And he expresses a lack of remorse for participating in the riot. He is full in.
Yeah, he'll do it again.
He'll do it again, dude. He'll do it again. Jay Johnston is full on in. I couldn't believe this when I read it. I was like, what? I mean, I know who that guy is. His lawyer, the government has continued to advance its indictment of Mr. Johnson's guilty by association basis. It compounds the conduct of others in his vicinity with his alleged conduct, rather than his individualized actions. So he sought leniency, saying he's been able to sustain his livelihood as an actor since joining the mob on January 6th. The actor was fired from Fox's Bob Burgers, like I said, when it was confirmed that he tried to break into the Capitol. That's a tough one, man.
Yeah,
it's hard to
not
keep your
good.
job if you're caught doing that thing. That's no bueno. I think he's great. I always liked him. And now I just think he's a fun guy. He's one of those people I think that just, actors are really good. And then you're like, who are these people? And you realize they're not people. They don't really have a personality. That's what makes them good actors, maybe. You ever meet an actor and you're like, who's in there? Is there anyone in there? And, who knows? Maybe he enjoyed the role of being a January 6th rioter. Who knows? But he's going away for 18 months. And then when he comes back, I think he's going to start a podcast. That's the way to go.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. My year in jail, just start a far right podcast, dude. Do what Jake Shields has done from the UFC. He's just become a full on right wing kind of anti-Israel guy. He was a UFC fighter, mostly a grappler. Didn't fight the style that made him popular, although he was very good. And now he's massive on Twitter. You just got to pick a side and go hard. That's all you got to do. What are you looking at?
These are all celebrities who endorse Trump.
Okay, let's take a peek. Jay Johnston, we put you at the top of the list. Buzz Aldrin, Dr. Phil, Tony Hinchcliffe.
There you go.
Rochelle Ryan. Porn star. Mel Gibson.
Of course.
Yeah, of course he's in there. Paula Dean. That's not a big surprise.
Who's that, a chef?
There's the chef that yelled the N-word.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. John Schneider, who the hell's that?
Oh, that's from the Dukes of Hazzard, right? Is
Yes.
that Luke?
Yes.
That's
Luke from the Duke of Hazzard. Looks pretty good still.
Yeah.
Brett Favre coming out. These are all people who've done...
Maybe that's the point of this article.
Yeah, most of them have done some bad stuff. I mean, Brett Favre, beloved quarterback, but he did send his schween to a girl. Not necessarily bad, but
he's not the only one.
he's not the only one. But, I don't know. Maybe, did she ask for it?
Probably not.
I don't know. Elon Musk, we know about. He's probably the biggest, right? Victoria Jackson is not on Wegovy. From SNL in the 80s, I believe, or 90s. She's going the Trump way. No A-listers. Guess what? This is the October surprise we were all waiting for. The one and only Joe Exotic is going for Trump. And is that it?
Let's see.
Harrison Butker,
Right,
Kansas
kicker.
City Chief kicker. Brittany Mahomes. Yeah, I think we knew that. John Daly. He's some sort of old golfer. Whoa. Kelsey Grammer. That's an A-lister. We had to go through a lot to get to an A-lister. Kelsey Grammer going for Trump. Tucker? Why is that? Yeah, this guy, Jim, he was in Mel Gibson's movies. He played Jesus.
That's right.
He's going that way. And RFK Jr. and Zachary Levi.
Who's this guy?
Who's that guy?
Oh, he was in The Flash. Oh, no, I'm sorry,
Ooh,
Shazam.
He was in Shazam. Okay, we got some B-listers on here. Danica Patrick. That's a big get. Uh-oh. Taryn Manning. New housewife. Kanye.
Of course.
Dennis Quaid. I remember when he came out. Randy Quaid.
Great actor, by the way.
Great. Oh, Randy Quaid, comedic actor.
Amazing.
Jason Aldean. That's big. Country singer. But that makes sense. Savannah, somebody. Chrisley. Amber Rose, another porn star. Kodak Black. Coming out strong. Dana White. That's known. Russell Brand. Rob Schneider. Roseanne Barr.
The list is long.
Kid
dude.
Rock.
This list is longer than it was.
It was, yeah. Lil Pump.
Lil Pump. There you go.
Kevin Sorbo, B-list actor. Chris Jansen, country music. Of course, the one and only, he will play the wall in the Trump saga, James Woods. 50 Cent. Wow. Hulk Hogan, baby. Arr. Lil Wayne.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Lil Wayne cares about his money. These people, Sexy Red, I don't know who that is.
Rapper.
Yeah, Trace Adkins, country music, rapper, The Baby.
The
The Baby. Of course, John Voight.
Great actor.
He's always in there. And of course, old reliable Scott Baio is in there. Azealia Banks.
Dude, this list just keeps going and going.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. The old Superman, Dean Cain, coming out. And a lot of guys with scandals. What was his name again?
Rob Blagojevich.
Yeah, he had...
He auctioned off Obama's Senate seat, right? To the highest bidder, and he went to jail for that.
Yeah, he did. So there's a lot of people on here who've done some stuff. Vinny Guadagnino. I know him.
All right, that's it.
That's
Wow.
it. Vinny.
It's a long list.
It's a long list. They got some celebs on there. Kelsey Grammer, probably the biggest star on there.
Big one, yeah.
I think. Yeah. That's the biggest star. And him and Scott Baio. Biggest stars on there. John Voight. I mean, the usual suspects, but Vinny's gotten in there.
Diverse, too. A lot of rappers.
A lot of rappers. You know, sometimes they make these lists. I bet you if I texted Vinny, some of them may go, what? I didn't say, I think these articles sometimes just go, they hear someone say something. He endorsed Trump on his Instagram story. So he did. Vinny's going Trump. Wow. So we're brought to you by Kalshi. I slipped onto the app and put a little money down.
Put a little juice?
I put a little juice down. They got all types of, it's very easy to use and it's fun. You could be like, all right, there's a pop culture stuff up there. There's political stuff up there. There's all types of fun things you can wager on and see if you come out right. You know, right now, I guess the presidential election will be a big one. Also, seats and other elections that are happening. Kalshi is the first legal exchange where you can bet on any event, including but not limited to elections. Kalshi went to court and won legal approval for election betting for the first time in over 100 years. They have markets on who will win the presidential election, who will control the House and Senate, who will swing states, and more. It's already being used by hundreds of thousands of people and has facilitated over $1 billion worth of bets. So let's take an example. Right now, Trump and Kamala are trading at about 50-50, meaning if you place a bet on either, you'll double your money if they end up winning. So that's pretty good. You got to, it's sort of like flip a coin. You got a 50-50 chance. So that's fun. And sometimes people don't know that much about sports. They're just not that into sports. Well, here's your sports. Here's where you can have some fun. Ladies, finger sniffers, nerds, number crunchers, whatever it is. If you're not into sports and you don't like putting juice there, put juice on real life stuff. Or if you're into sports, you can, try to win some juice over here and some fun, with fun questions about the world, about events, about pop culture, all the types of stuff they have up there. So put your money where your mouth is and sign up using my link, Kalshi.com/Yannis, and the first 500 traders who deposit $100 will get a free $20 credit. Good luck. Go try it. That's Kalshi.com/Yannis. Go have some fun. All these people are going Trump. Who does Kamala got? Everyone else. I think Kamala's got every other celebrity.
She's got the Hulk. What's his name?
She's got white guys for Trump.
White guys for Trump.
I mean, white guys for Harris.
What's his name? The guy you love.
Ethan Hawke. Is that it?
No. Who played the Hulk in all the Marvel movies? Hulk smash.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
No. What's his name?
Fucking guy.
Yeah. He was in the She-Baby movie. Second time you watch that, you realize it's not a good movie.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. The first time you watch it, you're just going like, wow, she's getting banged out. This is wild. Then the second time you watch it, you just go, this isn't a good movie.
Oh, what are you talking about? Pretty Little Thing?
Pretty Little Thing. I watched it the second time and I just went, this isn't a good movie.
Not a great movie, no.
It's not a good movie.
Very weird.
Yeah, I would say it's just not a good movie. The second time I watched it without all the whoa, because that movie had a lot of woes when you watch it. And then when you watch it without the woes, it's just not that good of a movie. Although he was great in it, Mark Ruffalo. He was great. A Pretty Young Thing or something like that. Yeah. Oh, Poor Thing. All right. What was Poor Things?
That's it. Poor Things.
Poor Things.
Yes.
Yeah. Poor Things. And I hate to say that because it's a Greek director. So I support him, but I don't know. It is what it was. It is what it is. Things are happening in the world. People are pissed. Netflix lost a lot of subscribers, right? We talked about that another episode. When they endorsed Harris, they lost a lot of subscribers. The Washington Post, this is so funny, dude. This is one of my favorite stories because the Washington Post is trying to stay out of it. And by not endorsing a candidate, they lost 200,000 subscribers. How funny is that? They didn't endorse either one, and people got pissed. They lost 250,000 subscribers by saying, we're keeping out of it. So not only do you lose people when you pick one, but you're going to lose when you don't. Oh, he blocks a Harris endorsement. Oh, so that's why they got pissed. Yeah. So both sides of the aisle got pissed. But he blocked the Harris endorsement in order to not endorse anyone, not to endorse Trump. He just didn't endorse anyone.
He wrote a letter. Did you read his letter?
No, what'd he say?
He basically
probably said, like, I don't have time for this shit right now, but I'll write a letter.
He wrote something about winning back the trust. The media has been such a bad actor over the last couple of years. We need to bring back trust in the media, blah, blah, blah.
So he didn't want to endorse one way or the other.
Right. And people are saying you do that now?
Now?
11 days before an election?
Yeah. Yeah. Break tradition, because they always do, right?
And people are trying to read the tea leaves. Like, is he trying to butter up to Trump if Trump wins, you know?
Yeah. It sounds like he's trying to butter up to both.
Well,
smart move.
Harris is not going to be happy.
Why do newspapers endorse anyway?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah, why has that ever been that newspapers endorse? They shouldn't endorse. Aren't they the ones supposed to be impartial?
Right, exactly.
So,
well, it's usually the op-ed section, right? So it's not the actual newspaper, but it's the opinion section.
Right.
But still, I agree with you.
Yeah, it's like, so what? Why? Why do it? Why have an op-ed section? Have another newspaper. You know, have a whole new thing that's op-ed and separate the two. That would win back the trust a little bit. We do need to win back the trust in the media. But I'll tell you one guy who's not thinking about all this right now is just a man who found a $20 bill on the floor, and he ain't hurting right now. Actually, it's the third quarter, 2024. America's economy is looking good by the metrics. Things are on the upswing. But generally people, you know, a lot of people are struggling, but, this guy isn't right now. It was just his day. What a day. You find a 20 on the ground. He probably goes, dude, why not? You would think that nobody would think like, this is as lucky as I'm going to get today. I found $20. He took that $20. This blows my mind. It's almost like it was meant to be. It was almost like it was coded into the matrix to like, this $20 will win you the lotto if you use it on the lotto, right? First of all, who drops $20? You never see $20 on the ground. It's always $1. Never seen a 20. So he found the 20, and then he used it to buy a $1 million winning lottery ticket, and he wins.
This guy doubled down.
He doubled down on his luck. He doubled down at the tables. Now, what was interesting to me about the story, too, was how little of the money you get. He walked away with like 400 plus thousand.
Well, he took a lump sum.
He took a lump sum as opposed to what? So you get more if you get it doled out?
They pay you yearly.
Yeah.
So you can take the lump sum. It'll be less, but you still get banged out with taxes.
You get banged out with taxes no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
But if you take the lump sum, you get less than the full prize.
Right. So he took the less for the full, because I get it, because he's 56.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, what am I going to do? So whenever they say it's a $1 million or $10 million lotto, it's not really that. You get less than half of that if you take the lump sum. So 600 just goes to the government. 600 plus. He's heading straight to the Golden Corral, and he's going to eat everything they got. So that's what he said. He took a lump payment of 600, and
I would definitely do this. So check it out. So he gets
600
or $50,000 a year.
Ooh, you're taking the 600.
You're taking the 600.
You're taking the 600, especially when you're 56.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that right into Bitcoin.
Yeah. So after that, his take-home winnings were 429. So why is that?
Taxes, dude. Uncle Sam.
Taxes on the 600. What happened to the other 400?
That's they take that right off the top.
Oh, they take that off the top and say, oh, you won't take it for $50 a year until it's fulfilled?
Right. You get two options. You get the $50K a year, or you get 600 off the top.
That's bullshit. That is such bullshit. First, they rob everybody by giving everyone like a 0.001 chance to win this thing. And then when you do win it, they just take most of your money. It's really crazy. It's not $1 million prize. It's less than half of that.
A little more than half.
No, 429.
Well, that's after taxes. But the walk away, the 600K is a little more than half.
Why are they taking taxes?
Dude, government takes...
They take taxes.
They take taxes.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. So it's the highest amount available to win and according to North Carolina Education, the odds of winning, like I said, are 1 in freaking 2,017,650. So you know what? You get that 429, you're going like, whatever, dude.
429 is not bad.
It's not bad. He puts that in the bank.
I'm finding a $20 bill on the street.
But he's going to spend the whole thing at the Golden Corral. So that's what he's going to do. He's getting a lucky day for him. Not so lucky for maybe one of the biggest Medicare scams by a doctor in American history. People love doing crime. They just like it. Sometimes they're just into it. And this gentleman is a doctor in North Texas, and the law finally caught up to him in what I could only assume is a story that represents a lot of what happens in our country. A lot of fake screenings, a lot of fake tests he was ordering, and he got caught. He got caught in Texas. So this guy was sentenced for, are you holding your pants? This doctor, $54 million. A $54 million Medicare fraud scheme. He got 10 years. The more money you steal, the less time you do. You ever notice? These big guys, he was ordered to pay over $34 million in restitution, which means he lived with $20 million for, is it worth it? Would you give up 10 years to have $20 million for God knows how long he's been pulling this off?
Right. That's right.
It's a good way to look at it.
How much he really has.
You don't know how much he really has. He's got to do 10 years now. He'll probably get out what?
So let's say you're 30. You're a doctor. You're 30. You do 30 to 40 in jail, but then you're 40 with $20 million?
Yeah, because where's that other 20?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was prescribing durable medical equipment and cancer genetic testing without seeing, speaking to, or otherwise treating patients. He was just writing to. Now, the reason why I like this story is because stories like this pop up once in a while. And, with our healthcare system, nobody ever talks about the doctor's roles in this because we always assume doctors are great people. They're helping us, and most of them are, like cops. But there's some really bad doctors out there who are driving up prices on insurance companies like crazy, and then that ends up hitting us in the pocket because the doctors do like to have multiple boats. Is that wrong? Am I misinterpreting anything?
I don't know. I don't think doctors have boats. I know 2 doctors. They're not rich.
Well, you're the one doctor you know is a goody-goody.
Very good.
Yeah, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
And the other one probably doesn't count because he's friends with you. It doesn't. You're incapable of being friends with dirtbags.
The only doctors that have boats are the plastic surgeons.
Plastic surgeons. Yeah, titty job guys.
Off. That's
yeah.
right.
No, a lot of doctors have boats.
I mean, you're a general practitioner, you got, I mean, they're not rolling in the dough.
Yeah, but they have the ability to just write prescriptions.
That's true.
They just can write prescriptions. And I guess insurance does do investigations, right?
Well, this guy's just a crook.
This guy, yeah. How long did he get away with it? Is there more to the article?
Let's see.
But do doctors do that sometimes? What I'm saying. Do they run up prices sometimes?
You know who does it? The hospitals do that.
Hospitals really do it. He's 54, so he got away with it probably for a long time.
So he gets out when he's 64?
Yeah.
With some money lying around?
He gets out, yeah. They were targeted by telemarketing campaigns and health fairs. They were induced to submit to the cancer genetic testing and receive the DME regardless of medical necessity. So he was ordering tests for people who didn't need it just to get the money.
I mean, this is just straight fraud.
Yeah, this is just fraud. And he got legitimately signed. He legitimately orders he signed legitimately were used to submit more than 54 million in false and fraudulent claims to Medicare, and he totaled 466,000 in kickbacks. So he's probably not the only one who was benefiting from this. Hats off. It's crime. It's crime. It's just crime. It's a little greed, little crime. cut a couple corners. Some people just have that in them. They can just do it, and he got away with it, and that's what it is. But I don't know if it was a bigger crime than the statue to Dwayne Wade in Miami, which might be the biggest crime ever. Not as bad as the Ronaldo statue that made him look completely Franks and Beans, but the Dwayne Wade statue, it just really. It looks nothing like Dwayne Wade, and it looks like he's pointing to his crotch and saying, "It's burning down there."
It's so horrible, dude.
They can't get these statues right.
Hey, what's the matter?
I don't know.
The Jordan statue is amazing.
Yeah.
And the Shaq statue is incredible.
Yeah.
You know, it's because it's that iconic pose of Shaq, right? Where he's like hanging on the rim.
Yeah.
And the Jordan pose, which is the logo.
Yeah.
Those are amazing statues.
Yeah.
This is horrendous.
Have you ever seen the Ronaldo one?
Yes, yeah. They actually had to redo the head.
They had to redo that. So this one just doesn't look anything like Dwayne Wade.
No, the face is all off. He looks like a monster.
Yeah, he looks like just an angry monster. So what's going on? Is he upset about this?
He stands by it. I think he's trying to be a nice guy.
Yeah, he stands by everything now that he's got a trans kid. He's kind about everything. If you made an ugly statue, Barkley said, that's what it would look like. That thing is awful. Anyway, look at it when you see it that way.
It's so bad.
It's so bad when you see the full thing. It's so bad.
They're gonna have to redo this.
Yeah, they made him look like a zombie.
Really, dude.
Yeah.
It looks like a zombie, like Walking Dead.
It's really, really horrible. It's really bad.
So this is supposed to be from an iconic moment where
he was like, "It's my house."
It's he hit a buzzer beater shot to beat the Bulls in double overtime in 2009. I was wondering that. So it is a moment that they try to capture.
Yeah. Well, they didn't do a good job. They should have hired you to do it. You could have done a better job than that.
Just brutal.
And finally, animals are getting drunk, bro. Animals are getting drunk. So that's good. Also in medical news, I just want to say there's nothing funny here or anything like that, but they're this close to figuring out how to regrow heart tissue and lung tissue. So pretty crazy. So good things are happening. But studies have found that animals get drunk more often than you think, dude. They get fermented fruit and grain. They get drunk. It's far more common in the natural world. That would be funny if like a lot of the zoologists are watching these animals and recording their behavior and they're just hammered. And they're like, wow, these pygmy chimps like to bang a lot. But dude, they are hammered. They got beer goggles the whole time. What you're missing is they're eating these fruits and these fruits are fermented like the grapes and they're just getting drunk. Maybe that's why pygmy chimps are so promiscuous. Maybe that's why they're so peaceful is because they're hammered. And maybe it doesn't have the same effect on us because when you're drunk, you either bang or you fight. And they bang. So it's present in virtually every environment. Most fruit-eating and nectar-sipping animals likely consume and get wasted. Dude, they're getting drunk. Because ethanol is in the fruit bearing plants, and for ages, fallen fruit hits the surface, and the fruit itself converts sugar into alcohol. Rotting fruit can smell a bit like beer or wine, and then maybe they go and get it, and nobody's been noticing that these animals are probably eating a little bit and then going, let's have a dessertif, a little wine to finish it off, which is very nice. So it's good to know we're not the only ones that get hammered, right? So animals also enjoy alcohol. And I bet you this election, they will be drinking just as much as the rest of us will be drinking to get through this week. Holy shit. I'm cutting out of here early because I'm moving to another country. Guys, want to give a shout out to our small business shout outs for the free.art. If you're interested in music in Hawaii, bands in Hawaii, give them a check out. Go to forthefree.art. Nate Linder, natelinder.com, social media, marketing, digital advertising, ranked number 1 on Google. Think marketing, think Nate Linder. DisplayPros.net. They're the real deal when it comes to custom trade booths, retail fixtures, promotional items, great customer service. If you need some killer promotional items, check out DisplayPros.net. Tell them I sent you. You get 10% off your first order, your first purchase. Then we have rebels-raiders.com. Okay? Got great shirts up there right now. Goat shirts. Features the word goat. Now, that's because the guy loves goats. And it goes to animal rescues. I think he might have just bought 2 backpacks and gave them to us. Because I don't know where the backpacks are. But they're in development. And the goat shirt is for goats, right? It's not for Lucifer.
No,
right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the goat?
Yeah, the goat head. Yeah, right. No,
It's for goats.
Actual goats.
The guy loves goats. And the proceeds from the goat shirts will go to support an animal or goat rescue. I love this guy. Backpacks and plate carriers are in development, and they're expected to be there by late December. Pre-orders will open sometime in November. That's coming up. Buy some shirts in the meantime to show the whole world that you understand nuance. So go to rebels-raiders.com. Cool website. Check it out. Suds Auto Spa, Bridgeville, south of Pittsburgh. Call them up, 412-564-5033. info@sudsautospa.com. On the gram, suds_auto_spa. If you're looking for automotive longevity services, ceramic coatings, paint protection, storage solutions, car capsule units, featuring car capsule units, check them out. They will travel. The bigger the job, the farther they will travel. PCB Tech Art. Tired of your phone sliding around in your Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra? I'm sure somebody who listens to this has that car. Well, then grab their slim phone charger adapters and stay powered on the go. Plus, golf junkies, businesses, check out their custom ball markers, add a little flair to your game. And if you're the next great inventor, PCB Tech Art's got your back with 3D printing for all your prototypes. Go to PCBTechArt.com. Use the promo code Yannis10 for 10% off your order.